Oof. That's a bad guy he beat too. Broke him down. Ooh.
Dominating with Moses' performance against a guy who's never ever been stopped. Tough guy. Caught him with a good shot as well on the whiskers. And he was very, when you look, he's just me one, and you look at his composure, his professionalism, and how he went about his job, just broke him down. And the shots he stopped him with at the end, they were just phenomenal.
Did you expect the fight to go like that?
I did, but yeah, it was good. Good test up until that.
Moses Itauma delivered a devastating knockout against Jermaine Franklin, with many observers describing the rising prospect as intimidating due to his power and performance.
He's better than Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was lose like that. Just as good.
He looks like a pop star.
Oh, wait till he get on these motherfuckers.
The most efficient hunting machine in all of boxing.
He's vicious.
Right from the start of the fight, Moses Itauma pushed forward with intensity, combining quick movement and precise punch sequences to put Jermaine Franklin under constant pressure, leaving him unable to match the tempo. As the bout progressed through the opening rounds, Itauma maintained command, frequently forcing Franklin onto the ropes and connecting with clear, effective strikes.
Itauma knocks out the 989 assassin, Jermaine Franklin, in round 5. It was brutal, it was hard, he even gave him a little slip punch after the knockout. What'd you do?
Mike Coppinger reacted on social media by applauding Itauma's finish, highlighting the explosive left uppercut in the 5th round that dropped Jermaine Franklin face first to the canvas. He noted that, based on this performance, it's hard to place limits on the rising fighter's potential. After the bout, Franklin acknowledged that he abandoned his initial game plan. Rather than remaining cautious and composed, he engaged more than intended, which allowed Itauma to take control of the rhythm and deliver the decisive, fight-ending blows.
I feel like I got a little bit away from the coach's game plan. I got caught with a punch. I got dropped. I feel like I could have got up, but they stopped the fight.
Where do you feel you go from here?
I mean, the sky's the limit. Like, I've never been a quitter, so just back to the drawing board, got to change some shit up.
After witnessing Moses Itauma overwhelm Jermaine Franklin, Fabio Wardley responded with a straightforward assessment, emphasizing the level of threat shown in the performance. He also commended the referee for halting the contest, pointing out that Franklin was visibly compromised and that stopping the bout was the right call to ensure his safety.
Moses Itauma with a destructive knockout. What did you make of it?
Yeah, look, fantastic performance. Fantastic performance. Won every round, beat them apart, up, down, mixed it up. Body, head, just showed everything we knew, but with a little bit more on top as well. And then obviously got the clean finish. Single punch knockout finish. No one else has been able to do that to Jermaine Franklin.
Did you expect the fight to go like that?
Yeah, to be honest, I predicted round 6.
Yeah.
I said 6-7 is what I said, because I knew Franklin was a tough man. You're gonna have to wear him a bit and break him down and wear him through and do a bit more with him. So yeah, it went pretty much how I had it.
And what do you make of Moses' general performance? You know, he got tagged a couple times. What do you make of it?
Yeah, look, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. You're not going to swim without getting wet, and that comes with stepping up the levels, and that's what tonight was about. It was about stepping up to a higher level, showing if he can compete, and he more than did.
He emphasized that in situations like that, protecting a boxer's well-being must take priority over ego, explaining that it's ultimately the referee's responsibility to step in and prevent a fighter from taking unnecessary harm.
Where do you think Moses Itauma ranks in the heavyweight division?
Look, he's up there with some of the best. He's up there with some of the best. He's ranked number 1 with the WBA and WBO for a reason. He is up there with the top boys.
Do you think that he could win a world title? You know, obviously, you've got one yourself. Do you think he can win one within 2026?
Look, yes, but boxing's a funny game. It's political. There's landscapes. There's certain ways you have to maneuver to get there to a world title shot. But yeah, look, if the opportunity was put in front of him to fight for a world title, then yeah, I definitely think he would.
Aside from yourself, do you think there's anyone in the heavyweight division that can beat Moses?
Sorry?
Aside from yourself, do you think there's anyone who you think can beat Moses?
I think the only real question mark lies around Alexander Usyk. That's one to be seen, one we don't know, but aside from that, again, along the rides, I think if he gets the right growth, the right type of fights, right building, no.
Boxing creator Hamid shared his perspective from ringside, noting that if Moses Itauma can maintain this level, especially against a top 5 opponent like Filip Rgovic, it would be a significant statement. He pointed out that Franklin had shown toughness throughout the fight, but despite that resilience, Itauma delivered a brutal uppercut in the 5th round that ended the contest. Promoter Frank Warren also reacted positively following the emphatic victory, expressing his belief that the young heavyweight is already close to reaching an elite level.
The week, another sold-out Queensbury show, another Moses Itauma knockout. This is just Queensbury, right?
It is. I mean, you know, this roller coaster we're on, it's not gone up. It's going, we're flying at the moment, and it was just a fabulous night. Great concept, Magnificent Seven, great fights all the way through, culminating with Moses' performance against a guy who's never ever been stopped.
Warren outlined that the goal is to keep Itauma busy, with another bout likely to be scheduled in the near future as the heavyweight scene continues to shift around the championship picture. He added that, with title holders possibly relinquishing belts or being required to face mandatory challengers, there's a chance Itauma could find himself competing for a world title as soon as 2026.
Him in just a sec. I just want to speak about you for a moment and your mindset going into this fight, this campaign, since this fight was signed. You know that you've got a great fighter on your hands here, but at the same time, you've got to manage him, you've got to go through his career properly. And you put fighters like this and you think, he could give him a test, take him the distance, and he could make it a horrible, ugly fight. And maybe Moses doesn't, but you've got to put him through that. Leading up to this, how did you feel coming up towards fight night, confidence-wise, that Moses wouldn't just win but shine?
I've got a lot of belief in him, and I believe that, you know, we're good at his matchmaking. You know, we're good bringing, you know, youngsters through, young fighters in their career, and it was good matchmaking, and I felt that, you know, the speed that he's got, you know, the punch power he's got, and he's got a good boxing brain. And I think people underestimate that, and he showed that tonight.
He also pointed out that defeating Jermaine Franklin, who had never previously been finished, demonstrated that Itauma is prepared to step up in competition, strengthening his view that a major matchup is just around the corner.
I just believe in him, and I believe that he would come through. And he did that, and he boxed extremely well, as I say, and showed a lot of professionalism in the way he went about his job, and done it in style. You can't do it no better than the way it ends.
We can talk superlatives in the ring of Moses Itauma all night. I was impressed watching him here in the press conference because he speaks like I didn't speak like that when I was 21, Frank.
Sure, isn't he? He's got a good head on his shoulder. He's very articulate. He's sensible. He doesn't. He's not boastful. He's quite respectful about boxing and the people boxing. He doesn't have to shout and, you know, make a noise to be seen. He does what he has to do in the ring, where he gets paid to do it, and the rest of it is just. I don't think even, you know, if he had his way, I don't think he'd even do press conferences. That's not the way he is. But you know, he's a joy to work with.
Daniel Dubois offered a measured yet meaningful response to Moses Itauma's emphatic knockout. He recognized the young fighter's strength and accuracy, noting that the finish highlighted a genuine danger, while also suggesting he would welcome the challenge, showing respect without any hesitation.
Box Sports, they were talking boxing. Daniel Dubois, Moses Itauma just knocked out Jermaine Franklin. What did you make of that?
Yeah, what a shot. Yeah, put that together well.
A lot of people expected the fight to end in the first 3 rounds. It went a little bit longer. What did you make of Moses in the first half of the fight?
Coming on well. I mean, yeah, interesting.
You've got a big fight yourself. Fabio Wardley had a face-off. How's training been going for that?
Perfect. Been going really well. I'm excited. I can't wait.
And you know, when you were young, obviously you've proved a lot in the heavyweight division. You've won the world title. Moses Itauma is highly touted, just like you were. Do you see similarities in yourself?
Yeah, he's on his path, and he's looking good.
Do you think your paths could ever collide?
Eventually, I think anything can happen. So, but I've got to take care of business first.
Do you see any weaknesses in Itauma's game?
I'm not going to give him away if I do.
Daniel, thank you, Itauma. Appreciate it.
Alexander Usyk, widely regarded for his technical excellence, openly expressed his respect for Moses Itauma. In a recent interview, he described the rising heavyweight as an outstanding young talent, highlighting both his physical power and the composure he shows in the ring.
Moses Itauma, I think he's a great fighter. The young, 20 years, yeah?
20.
Yeah, 20 years. I think Itauma have big...
Former world champion Amir Khan also shared encouraging words about Moses Itauma, noting that the young heavyweight shows remarkable fearlessness when facing larger, more experienced opponents despite his youth. Khan added that while Itauma is still growing as a fighter, his readiness to confront established names distinguishes him from many other prospects and reflects the mentality needed to succeed at the highest level.
One punch away from getting hurt, so big respect to Itauma. I mean, he knew that he can get him out, and he got him out straight away. I mean, I think no one expected it to finish that quick.
Speed kills, as you know.
Speed kills, and he had but not only the speed, he had the power with that, and the accuracy was on point. But I think it just shows how strong Itauma is and how powerful he is. He is a big threat in heavyweight boxing.
Do you know what's frightening?
What?
He's 20 years old.
Not in that, bro. That's baby. He's a baby in the sport still, and he's only going to get bigger, stronger, and he's going to mature. So you know what? I think he's got a bright future in front of him. I'm sure he's going to keep on training hard, working hard, and yeah, man, I think he's got a great future ahead of him, man. I can't wait to see him again.
Moses Itauma's coach and team have emphasized his serious dedication to mastering boxing, approaching it not only physically, but mentally as well. He views the sport beyond simple exchanges, studying how top fighters perform. Itauma frequently reviews classic bouts and analyzes advanced techniques, developing a strong grasp of movement, timing, and strategy that goes far beyond standard training. This thoughtful approach distinguishes him from typical prospects, demonstrating a discipline and focus rarely seen in a 21-year-old, giving him both the mental and technical foundation needed to progress toward elite-level competition.
I think probably the biggest comparison I would say is how Mike Tyson loved the game, would always study fighters of the past, etc. Moses has that same love for it.
Does he?
Yeah, like we'll send him his sparring at 2 a.m. He'll be texting us clips like, is this more what you want?
He's a student.
Yeah, he absolutely loves it. And that's that, along with his maturity at his age.
Very composed, isn't he? Very composed. Yeah.
That is what is allowing him to achieve what he's achieving at such a young age.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of talented fighters out there, but not many that
can execute it on the back of it.
His coach revealed that even in harsh winter conditions, with temperatures dropping to minus 15 degrees Celsius, Moses never missed a single run. He consistently completed intense 1,000-meter hill sprints without faltering. This relentless drive distinguishes potential champions from casual fighters. While others might take breaks, Moses pushes himself further. And it's this extraordinary work ethic and dedication that lead experts and seasoned professionals to see him as a future star in the sport.
I think this was Christmas Eve or something like that. At the time, I didn't have my running shoes. I wore my uncle's trainers and I didn't really have no running clothes, and I wore his work clothes. Yeah, it's quite hard because it's also like 1,000 meter altitude, which makes it even harder with the snow, the altitude. And I actually slipped on this run as well because it's icy.
It's very honest of you to say. And what temperature would you say this was?
I think it was like minus 15.
Boxing experts have been highly impressed by Moses Itauma's rapid ascent, describing him as more than just a promising young fighter, but a genuine future star of British boxing. Following his latest knockout, analysts point out that at only 21, he already demonstrates a combination of speed, accuracy, and ring intelligence that many boxers don't achieve until their late 20s, indicating a potential world championship trajectory. Observers stress that the excitement around him is well-founded. His commanding performances, including decisive finishes and strategic mastery, provide solid evidence that he possesses all the attributes to become one of the sport's next major names.
He's going to get to. All of those guys are their own characters. Moses was recently presenting an award at the MOBO Awards. I think the PR stuff is really it's really coming on very well. We've got to remember he is just 20 years old. What was Anthony Joshua doing at 20 years old? You know, what was Tyson Fury doing at 20 years old? I don't think he was necessarily holding court at presses like that or going on Graham Norton. This is a young man with a long career. He's going to win a lot of belts and he's going to make a lot of noise, and I think he's doing brilliant.
Legendary trainer Teddy Atlas offered a measured perspective on Moses Itauma. While he recognizes the young heavyweight's potential, he stressed the importance of continued growth. Atlas advised that Itauma must consistently face top-tier opponents and refine his skills, emphasizing that raw power alone won't secure championship success. He highlighted the need for ongoing learning, accumulating experience, and developing both mental and tactical strategies. Atlas's guidance was clear: stay patient, remain focused, and continually improve. By all signs, Moses appears to be following that path.
Concentrate on his career. Concentrate on what you're doing, forming him, developing him as the best fighter he can be. Not just a puncher, but a complete fighter. Not just a meteor across the sky that's streaking right now, but a planet. Someone with staying power, someone that can have longevity, with substance, with, and that comes with experience. That comes with fighting better guys. It's time to start now. You got everyone's attention. Now you got to start fighting the kind of guys that will make you that planet. That when your day comes, when the moment comes, and it's coming, but when it comes, you'll be ready. The most important questions are for the fighter himself. Can he depend on himself? Do I belong? When I get to that next level, can I feel sure that I belong, that I'm ready, that I can sniff that rarefied air and I won't faint from it? That's a big part of developing a fighter, that the fighter knows that they can depend on themselves, that they're ready for the moments that are coming. And that only comes from fighting increasingly better. You do it the right way. You do it properly. You don't do it in a rush. You don't do it where you make mistakes. But you gradually increase the competition with durable guys. I like to do it with durable guys who if you do falter a little bit, they're not big punches.
Boxing analyst Spencer Oliver has highlighted that fans have only begun to see the full extent of Moses Itauma's potential, given his explosive performances so far. Oliver frequently notes that Itauma's combination of speed, power, and innate talent makes him a formidable presence in the heavyweight division. However, he also emphasizes that the true measure will come against experienced fighters like Dillian Whyte. According to Oliver, a bout with Whyte wouldn't just be another win. It would serve as a critical test to determine if Itauma's skills are genuinely world-class, or if there are aspects he still needs to prove under high-pressure conditions.
Oh, it's a massive step up, but every time the kid steps up, look, we're talking about someone here who I believe is a super talent, not if he wins a world heavyweight title, but when he wins a world heavyweight title. And fortunately for Moses Itauma, he has the right man behind him in Frank Warren, because he knows how to guide the careers and take the right fights at the right time. And they feel that this is the right timing now for Dillian Whyte, who's not looked particularly good in his last couple of fights, but we know that he's heavy-handed and we know that he'll come and give it everything, because he knows it's last chance saloon for him. He needs the victory here. So, look, we find out just how good Moses Itauma is, I think, on the 16th of August when he boxes Dillian Whyte, because I think he wins it and wins it in style. But everyone they put in front of him so far is just dismantled. I think this kid's going to go on and win a world title, and it could be as soon as 12 months.
Following his decisive knockout of Jermaine Franklin, Moses Itauma's reaction combined satisfaction with a clear focus on upcoming challenges. He acknowledged Franklin's resilience, noting that the opponent had never been stopped before and presented a real test. Yet Itauma emphasized that he executed his strategy exactly as planned. The British heavyweight made it evident that this victory is just one step in his pursuit of greater goals, expressing confidence in his abilities and a strong desire to face top-level competition. His calm post-fight interview conveyed both pride in his performance and eagerness for future opportunities.
It was part of the game plan. I stuck to the game plan and it just happened. like I said, we've drilled something for so long, and like I said, I'd rather be 100% mentally and only 80% or 70% physically than the other way around. Mind games. Mind games. So we've come, like we're here, isn't it? We're here. I don't know what to say, honestly. I'm appreciative. Like I said, when obviously my mum decided to obviously come to the UK, and like there was a period of time I stopped boxing, I realised that my mum made so many sacrifices, like I've got to follow through with this.
Do you think Moses Itauma is destined to be the next major heavyweight star? Or should he take on more challenging opponents before reaching that level? Share your opinions in the comments below.